Hi, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back to Priestess and Medium Rosalind. How are you right now? I felt like it was a good time to come forward with some messages in the midst of the Super Soulmate readings. Those will be completed probably by tomorrow. I think I still have Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. I hope you've been checking those out. Also, the informative videos I did 3 days ago on candle magic, facing different changes in 2019, and bath rituals, just really things that may help you to clear up some of that leftover energy or things that you might be regretting from 2018. It might be putting a little block on your energy and in your relationships moving forward. So this reading is going to be about twin flames, okay, soulmates and twin flames, and it's for everyone who feels a connection, to the information and the messages. We have a new moon coming that I feel will be very powerful because of the way it's aspecting Saturn. Okay, and Saturn is going to help us to grow up some. That's really what Saturn does. It's very old, it's very wise, and it helps us to grow up, and it may illuminate different changes that are wonderful because Jupiter is very nicely aspected right now next to Venus, is very nicely aspected. So this may be a time to expand your thoughts about your twin flame relationship. This could be a time when you feel like, wow, I have to make this kind of change this quickly, or you might feel that this energy around you and your twin may be, it may be pushing you a little bit. It may be guiding you. So that's not really a negative thing. So let's just stay open to the information and messages coming in right now. I feel like we have a lot of good things to look forward to. But Spirit is also speaking on time management, okay? Spirit is speaking on time management. You all know, if you've been to the channel before, I speak with Spirit and my guides and Archangel Michael during my readings so I can give you the best information. Also, there's a blessing, a healing, there's alchemy inside of all of my readings because that is the energy that I work in. I also work with our ancestors because they're there to help us. Even if you didn't particularly know all of your ancestors, their energy is still there and it still can help you. Okay. So let's look into the first aspect, which is giving us the energies of what may be going on with you and your twin, no matter what stage you feel you're in. Sometimes people are completely drawn into what stage are we in this twin flame partnership. And sometimes it's better to look at it as, sometimes it's better to look at it as what energy are we into right now, between you and your twin. Okay. So let's go ahead and focus in on that. Let's focus in on the energy that's happening. And I'm being called to use my Wisdom of Avalon Oracle. I haven't used this one in a while, but when I do twin flame readings, this is one that always calls to me. It really does. This one and the Crystal Visions. So let's use these. Spirits of love, light, and truth. Spirits of the ancestors. Spirits of benevolent helping guides, goddesses, archangels of love and romance and twin flame energy. Archangel Michael, our helping spirits and guides of light, all of the gods and goddesses of light, ascended masters. Please help us and show us about this new moon and how it will affect twin flames that are watching. Please give us the best and highest information, and we thank you so much for helping us in love, light, and truth. Okay, let's see here. As I am sitting here, I want you all to know something. I'm not trying to frighten you. I'm being told that there are some of you that are under a curse. There's multiple curses for multiple sets of people who are in these relationships with their twin flame or soulmate, and they've been struggling. There's actually a curse. There's multiple ones, and I just wanted to state that. I'm not saying it to frighten you. I'm just letting you know what Spirit is saying about this. The cards that popped are restriction. So this is when you feel bound up, like you don't have really a free choice of what to do in this energy. And you feel like you're hesitating on plans that you would be making with your twin or your soulmate because of this restriction. I'm also being told this is something to do with your social, the way that people know the two of you socially, not just like Facebook or Instagram, not that. I mean, the way that people see you from the outside when they see you together, or what they would say about your personalities. Okay, that's what I'm getting with that. This is the other one that popped, is the Bard. I always like the Bard because it's a lot of poetry, music, reading, storytelling, all different kinds of enchantments and enchanted energy coming in with the Bard. I always like this energy because it's carefree. So this is definitely a message to some of us on this twin flames journey, because we take it so seriously. It's like so serious. So during this time, with Saturn being positioned that way during the new moon, is telling you to relax a little bit, have fun with your learning and your growth. On the bottom of the deck, we have trust. So this is feels like a message definitely from Spirit telling you to let go and trust, not to worry so much about what may happen next, not obsessing about the next detail, or just writing out every thought, every circumstance, everything that occurs during that week that has to do with you and this person, not memorizing the text messages, not writing down what was said in the last phone call, or obsessing and going back and forth to something in your thoughts over and over and over your last contact with your twin or soulmate. Because some of you, you're not in union, so sometimes that can be disconcerting, right? It can be very disconcerting, very tedious. Partnership. So this is definitely speaking to the ones who are seeking this immediate kind of union. You may feel it getting close. There's been different people lately, since, I would say, since the beginning of January, who have, they're getting readings and they feel like their twin is getting much closer. Okay. So this feeling of partnership, I feel that has to do with that trusting. So if we're looking at it so far, it's telling you to get rid of this restriction here. Let go, let Jupiter help you expand your thoughts. Jupiter and Pluto, let it expand this energy going on that can set you free of these restrictions. Because to me, when I'm looking at this, is some kind of destruction going on with that. It's like a head trip. So some of you, I think you need to allow yourself this freedom of the Bard, enjoying yourself. And you already know that you're on this journey. You don't need to obsess about it. So find what is bringing you joy. Find what is bringing you happiness. Sometimes we lose our imagination and our creativity. We lose that aspect of reading books, spending time outside, spending time with children sometimes can help us to be reminded of being carefree. You know that you're on the twin flame journey. You know that you want this contact and this union, but is it really going to do you any good to keep obsessing about the partnership? So here is partnership and trust. So Spirit is really giving you the message to let go and trust. So let's see the next card here. Love. Okay, well, that's beautiful. Love. So you're in this search for love. You want this love reciprocated. However, you can't manage and, you can't barter love. It's not like some financial situation. Sometimes you may feel a little bit lost, like possibly you've been cheated. And that can be, you know, especially if you're clinging to something or someone who hurt you in the past. You know, you feel like somehow you invested love and this other person didn't give it back to you. But really loving from the heart and just letting it be free, you know, that carefree kind of energy, like a child would reach out and love, and they would give love and receive love openly. That's really the way your heart should be at all times. Is really the way it's supposed to be at all times. I'm also hearing spiritually that you need to give love back to your own heart, self-love. So this is perception next. So this is really speaking to very powerfully the way that you perceive what's happening with your twin and your soulmate. It's like the lens that you're looking through. They may not perceive it the same way. They may perceive it in a way that has totally different energy. The next thing I'm being told by spirit is that some of you are jealous. You're having this issue with jealousy. Jealousy can really creep up when you have been around the person, when you've been spending time together, physically together. That can really bring on jealousy if you feel that this other person is not returning the love to you or the attention to you. Letting go, letting go. So what do you need to let go of? Spirit is saying let go of barriers. Let go of barriers to your heart. You know, when you think about how twin flames and soulmates really are supposed to mirror one another, you're supposed to mirror one another. Okay. So think about if you're mirroring one another, you need to be clear. You need to be filled with love. You need to be happy. You need to be honest. And you will start to attract the exact right vibration to come together. You know, you can't have two half full cups and come together and make one complete cup. You have to have your cup full of self-love, full of energy, full of this clear high vibration first. Because, you know, twins and soulmates, they don't usually come into union unless they are full, complete, happy, living out their soul mission, living out their soul purposes, and then they come together with this beautiful energy. Now, some people, they may believe, well, that's not the way that I was taught. You know, as a child, you may have been around parents, you know, different people in your family that felt that the only way they were going to be secure, the only way they were going to be fulfilled is if this other person completes them. And in one element, one aspect, maybe that's true. But your needs, your own self-love, your confidence, your ability to sustain yourself, those things do have to be complete. And remember, you can't forget you came into this life with your own soul mission and purpose. Your twin or your soulmate may help you to realize it. They may help you to activate that as well, but they can't complete it for you. Now here we have the dog. This is a card that I love. I love this card. It's about loyalty, sincerity, and unconditional love. Loyalty, sincerity, and unconditional love. I love this card. You know, it's like that where you just trust and you just love your mate. You know how a dog loves their owner. They just are unconditionally, you know, I just love them. You know, your dog is so loyal to you, they would do anything for you. That's the kind of trust you need to have here. See how it's lining up with trust here? It's that unconditional love is when you're not really doubting, when you're not living in some older pattern of, will this person hurt me? You know, is this just going to be another bad kind of relationship? Possibly you're even thinking, well, I thought I had my twin before. I thought I was with my twin flame before. That happens too. I've even heard of some of the people that I've spoken to, they believe in multiple twin flames. I don't believe in that. I don't believe that, you know, I believe if you really feel that you have multiple twin flames, those are probably soulmates and they're probably activating different parts of you, different sides of you, different sides of this coin. If you think about soulmates, some of these Some of these people that are your soulmates, because we all have so many soulmates, it's like a tree. Okay, so you imagine different branches on a tree, different limbs on the tree, and some of you are on that same limb with all the different branches and leaves. But your twin flame is the one that came out of the same cellular leaf as you. You know, if you take a leaf and you go outside, and I don't know how many of you have leaves right now because, you know, I'm in Michigan and it's freezing here. It's freezing cold right now. But if you take a leaf off of a tree, or even if you look at a plant leaf, when you look at it and you flip it over, you could see all the little cells. It's like little arteries running through it. Well, if you tear it open and you look at those little, they almost look microscopic, but your twin is like one of those little tiny cells, and you're in that together. You're in it together. You're almost identically mirroring one another, except for the fact that one may be the masculine expression and one is the feminine expression. Okay. Now, I do know also there are twin flames that, of course, they're the same sex, right? They're the same sex because we are made male and female that embody both energies. Some women are very divine masculine. Some of the men are very feminine, and they make perfect twin flame. You know, they acknowledge it, they align to one another. And Spirit is speaking on forgiveness. You know, the dog, he can forget. You know, even if the owner has done something, you know, the owner has forgot to give him food on time, or the owner didn't let him out, you know, on time that day. The dog is still loyal and they're still happy. They're happy just to have the connection. Some of the twin flames and soulmates, you just need to understand, wow, well, at least I know who my twin is in this lifetime. That's a big step. The butterfly. So this is about beauty. So this feels like definitely the beauty of the soul. Your soul is in beauty and aligned. Your soul is ready for some sort of transformation. It's ready to blossom. Some of the twins, I feel like this is their energy completely. Like they are just so ready. You know, some will get married, some will have children, some will have homes together. I mean, it's like that huge energy of being, you know, accepting your life and seeing it as blossoming, transforming, being very beautiful. Usually the butterfly has a lot to do with your power animal, if you can believe it. It's like a spirit animal. A lot to do with transformational energy, transformational beauty, transformational healing. I'm going to do a video about spirit animals and totem animals because, you know, that was really a huge step for me years ago when I was shamanically trained. And I learned so much about spirit guides and totems, spirit animals, this beautiful energy. And we have these animals popping up in the reading. Notice that? The dog, I don't know if you would call the butterfly an animal, but it has to transform. It has to go from the worm and it comes out of the cocoon and is beautiful with these wings. So some of you definitely are going to have transformative, beautiful energy in your relationships and in your unions. This really feels like union. Okay. Forgiveness. Yeah. I was speaking on forgiveness with the dog energy. Forgiveness. It's forgiveness, and then you see how the arrow is kind of pointing towards continuing on in this path. Forgiveness. So the energy of forgiveness is going to give you that healing to keep going. First, you have to forgive yourself if you've done something and you've said some things you shouldn't have said. Don't blame yourself. Some of you are going back and forth blaming yourself. Some of you are living with guilt or embarrassment. You have to learn to forgive yourself first and your twin, your soulmate. Yeah, being more carefree. That feels like the definite energy here. An energy of letting go of restrictions and trusting partnership, trusting love, trusting your perception, letting go of just fears and thoughts you may have that, you know, they may be incorrect. Maybe it's time to let go of some of that negative stuff. Your twin may not be perceiving the same thing, you know, let it go. It's right next to let it go. Okay, so let's move along here. Let's see what else is playing out for this new moon energy for your twin flame. Let's see here. Okay. Okay, Spirit is speaking very heavily on transitioning and alchemy. So if you noticed in my daily alignment read too, I stopped for a while, for a few minutes, and I spoke about alchemy. Some of you actually do need to clear up some of this old energy. You know, it can just kind of manifest. You know, when you have the right energy, it can manifest like a springboard in your life. Okay. Definitely adjustments. And there was the tower that came twice this morning too in the daily alignment read. So possibly you can look back on that as well. Okay. As I'm sitting here, I'm being told that I need to share the energy of both masculine and feminine. Thank you guys. Thank you for bringing that to my attention. I'm being told that the energy is not true of a twin flame or soulmate with a couple people that are watching. Some of you are wondering if this is your actual twin flame or if this is your actual soulmate. So I'm going to go ahead and go forward with that because that's what I'm being told to do. So I'm going to do that. So here, I'm going to do masculine here on the right because masculine energy is on the right. It's always there. Feminine energy is always on the left. So if you're looking at it this way, you know, I'm sorry if that's just a little bit confusing. Right and then left is feminine. Okay. Now I've seen some people say that it's not that way, and that's not correct. If anyone says to you that masculine energy is always on the left, that's incorrect. I just want you to understand that energetically, masculine is always on the right. Okay. So let's go first with masculine energy. Spirits of light and truth, what is it that you need to show us here? Because particularly you stated that spirits of love, light, and truth, Archangel Michael, our helping spirits, our benevolent spirits, the helping ascended masters, guides, goddesses, and masculine. Okay, can you please help us? Show us what is happening with the masculine energy here. Spirit is saying that some of the masculine is suffering. Can you please tell us if these are true twin flames? Is there anyone watching that needs to know or release a false twin flame, a false soulmate? I'm sorry, you all, I didn't bring that up, okay? Spirit really spoke that clearly to me that we needed to look at the energies of both because some may not be your actual twin flame or soulmate. Okay, let's see here. Let's look at the jumpers. We've got 5 of Wands and we've got Page of Cups. So this masculine energy here is, you can see, is very prominently masculine. It's fighting, arguing, a lot of passion. It's fighting in multiple ways. Okay. So this energy can definitely be toxic. The two of you fighting and then him offering a cup of love to you. Fighting, multiple levels, multiple ways of fighting, and then a cup of love to you, offering you this friendship. And you might say, I don't know. You might be saying, should I really accept this cup of love because I don't know if this is really my twin? Is that what's happening here? These are the ones that popped when I was asking the question. So possibly that's what's going on with this masculine energy. It's fighting, it's being masculine, it's being dominant, then it's being You know, can we still be friends? Can we still be okay? Can I still come over? You know, can I come over even though we're not in a real, you know, relationship and we're fighting with this toxic connection? Can I still come over? I'm offering you this cup. Possibly that's what you're going through here. On the bottom, there's Temperance, which is calling in more balance. So possibly there's an issue of balance going on with this masculine energy. Possibly the balance needs to come in. Five of Swords. Okay, Five of Swords and Five of Wands. That's the Five of Wands with everyone fighting. And here we have the Five of Swords. So there's definitely some kind of mind trickery going on. There's some kind of energy of, I don't care how I win. You know, you've experienced this. If you're one of the ones who needed to find out, you probably experienced this with your masculine. Okay. Four of Wands in the upright. Some of the masculine, they are experiencing a lot of thoughts about marriage, children that they may already have with you. Okay. They're experiencing this thought of, should I go ahead and make this official? Should I just keep going back and forth and battling emotions? Or is this really real? Some of you, I feel the masculine will ask for marriage and they will want children, or you may already have a child with the masculine. But the energy has been up and down, and you're starting to question if this is truly your twin. So for some of you, yes, it is. This Four of Wands is a lot of information, power, marriage, children, family, and it's a lot of stability. So you may notice the difference here between that energy and this energy of being vindictive, fighting, then coming around when they want to, you know, spend time with you. Seven of Pentacles in reverse. So it's like you planted everything, but you know, the masculine feels like this is just not worth my time. If I stay, if I'm planting more seeds, if I'm waiting around for this whole twin flame thing to manifest and harvest, it's just not going to return. It's not going to be a good harvest. So some of the masculine has decided they're not going to stick around. They're done. You know, they don't feel that it's going to be a good harvest coming out of waiting and following along. The Emperor, I always like to see the Emperor representing this true masculine energy. It's like the God energy in the male, okay, in the masculine energy. I can't say male only, but the masculine energy is represented in the God qualities with the Emperor. So this is another beautiful card here. Some of you, you will be able to see, you know, you will be able to understand by hearing this, whether you may have the right one, you know, or the wrong one. I can't believe how the wind is howling. You hear that? Seven of Swords in reverse. So some of these masculine have been toxic to you, like in the way of possibly have hurting you in the past, but not just hurting you. Some of them were sneaking. Some of them were lying. Some of it is going to be revealed to you. Some of you is going to be revealed. Eight of Wands in the reverse, delays in communication. Communication not happening. Communication not happening. So some of you may feel and know that this is a state of transparency. You know and feel that you're not being lied to. You know it's just some sort of delay in communication. For the others, you know, divine masculine has decided that he can't communicate. He doesn't want to communicate. He's not ever stable in communication. So some of you can feel that. You feel the difference of knowing, I can pick up on this Emperor quality. I can feel and see the higher consciousness self in my divine masculine. Some of you know that this is just who they are. Lack of communication, delays in communication. Oh, I want to, you know, text you later. I'm going to call you on Tuesday where we can have a long talk. And Tuesday never ever comes, constantly. The Hierophant in reverse. Dun, dun, dun. Okay. I'm not making light of it, but the Hierophant in reverse. Okay. If you're waiting on this group of Divine Masculine, there are a few of you listening, and you can rest assured, some of you. This Hierophant in reverse, Eight of Wands in reverse, okay? The Five of Wands in the upright, the Five of Swords here, you know that this is not your twin. This is not your soulmate. You may have learned something from this partnership. Possibly this is just like a karmic union that happened for a while and it's time to let it go. Some of you, you understand that this couldn't be your twin. Okay? Think about plans, goals, missions, soul purpose, and you and your twin, you and your soulmate, you're not lining up with any of it. I mean, it's like none of it is happening. For some of you listening, you know this divine masculine energy here. You know that it's really hitting. It's really hitting on what you have with your twin and your soulmate. You're not doubting it. You know that at least a few of these beautiful cards, like the Four of Wands upright, the Emperor upright, you know you're making good choices. And you know that your divine masculine is your divine masculine. Okay. Spirit is speaking on how secure do you feel security? How secure do you feel with knowing and saying it to yourself? Yes, this is my divine masculine. This is what he's experiencing. I still believe in him. This feels right to me. How many of you feel good and know it's the truth when you say, oh, I know I think, I think that, yeah, well, he may, yeah, well, you pretty much know the energy that you're going with. You know what you're feeling, even if you're not saying it. So later tonight, possibly, after you watch this, you can practice. You can say to yourself, how do I really feel? Put your hand on your heart. Feminine goddesses listening, put your hand on your heart, close your eyes for a few minutes, and ask yourself, is this the one? And see how you feel. See, what does it feel like? How does that land on you energetically? Because if it's the truth, you'll start to feel it. You'll start to connect with it. If you feel like you're not that intuitive, you may need to do a few things to cleanse yourself, okay? And I talk about those things with my beautiful clients. We talk about different ways to cleanse and activate. Spirits in the highest good, in the highest light, from our beautiful ancient ancestors of love, light, and truth, from the archangels of love and romance, please show us the energy of divine feminine. Please show us the energy of divine feminine in this twin flame soulmate reading. Tell us what's going on with divine feminine here. Because Spirit, you spoke on it, finding out the clarity of if they're even equally yoked. You remember that phrase? Some of you know that phrase, equally yoked, even if you're supposed to be mated or matched with this person or not. In the highest good, in the highest light, tell us more. Tell us more. Spirits of love, light, and truth, tell us more about divine feminine goddess energy here. And I'm hearing, as I was shuffling, I was hearing, he doesn't have time. He doesn't have time. He won't have time. So some of you will get another indicator because your masculine may be saying things like that. He doesn't have time. He never has time. Maybe that's true with you. On the bottom, we have the Knight of Swords in the reverse. Okay, so there could have been some drama going on, a lot of mental thoughts playing back and forth in the divine feminine's mind, back and forth. Is it drama? Is it an argument happening? Temperance in reverse. Okay. Temperance in the reverse. Masculine also had temperance, but it was in the upright. So possibly, goddesses, you're feeling a little bit like your alchemy is off, your vibe, your mojo is not there Queen of Wands in reverse. So we have, so far, we have two beautiful deities here, right? We have the Queen of Wands and we have Temperance here. This is all about alchemy. This is about loneliness. It's your spirit being affected. It's your energy being affected. I'm also hearing someone say, two can play that game. Two can play that game. So is there an issue with you feeling that masculine is not faithful to you? And that maybe you should see someone else? The World in reverse. The World in reverse. So you're supposed to be wrapping up a cycle here, goddesses. Some of you, some of you need to wrap up this point of being frozen with your energy out of whack, like you don't know if you can move forward into your life purpose because masculine is not being there for you. So some of you are going to have to wrap this up. It's either wrapping up the relationship possibly, or it's a part of the union that you need to wrap up. The Magician. So to me, the Magician is not a manipulative card unless you're talking about someone who has this darker kind of energy. The Magician can be good for using resources. So connect to yourself, goddesses. Divine Feminine, how do you feel about using what you have? Your spiritual energy, your earthly energy and money, your emotional energy, your heart energy. Can you use all of those resources? The Devil in the upright. So possibly some of you are feeling chained. You're feeling this chaotic kind of toxic energy, like you're chained to your masculine. Well, that isn't a good energy. You don't want to feel like you're chained and bound and tied to your masculine. This energy it's toxic when you see the Devil in the upright. And it's active. It means it's actively going on. So feminine, there's something here that you need to close up. It's something that you need to transform here. Two of Wands in reverse. So possibly you just don't know what way to go. Do you feel like you're just stuck on two different questions, two different ideas, two different paths, two different ways to look at this? Goddesses, it looks like you're having a lot of retention of this energy and emotion. So let's just take a pause here. Let's pause here for a moment, okay, goddesses? Usually with feminine energy and with the yoni space, some of you know what I mean when I say the yoni space, right? Our energy is taught to hold. It's like a receptacle, like that kind of energy of holding on to something. And then when it's in our yoni space, we actually create. That part of you, the womb space, yoni space, it's creating. Okay. So therefore, what can happen is when we're having unbalanced emotions, when we're not forgiving, when we're not letting the energy move forward, okay, when we're not letting the energy flow because we were hurt, because there's something that we've actually kept it long enough in us, not just the yoni space, but I'm saying energetically, we've held on to something, we've held on to something, and it's like, now I feel worse. Now I feel like I've been waiting, You might feel like you don't deserve this clear choice, this clear path, like because the Two of Wands, it speaks to some of that too, not feeling like you're really deserving and worthy of these paths that are opening. So for some of you with this energy, because it seems like Divine Feminine has a lot of rough energy here, really. It's like, what do you feel you deserve? Because if these masculine, if they're not your true twin flame or soulmate, is it time to let this go? Because if you're hanging out here with the Devil energy, Two of Wands in reverse, it's like, really, is it really something you want to keep putting your heart into? Some of you, I feel it will be good for you. Okay. I don't know. Let's see. The Empress and the upright. Some of you are going to be pregnant. Some of you may have babies already. Some of you are just thinking of this. Some of the feminine is just thinking of this, and you're ready. And you're ready to explore being a wife, being a mother, more children, your creativity, your abundance just flourishing all over the place. Okay. That's beautiful energy. That matches the Four of Wands over here. So there are some matches here. Okay. Let's go further. Six of Wands in the upright. Yes. Six of Wands in the upright means you will be victorious. You will be victorious. You're going to be recognized. Your relationship, your union is going to be recognized. So this here, the Empress, the Six of Wands here, victory, motherhood, flourishing, abundance, Four of Wands, marriage, family. Do you see how some of you are on the right track? Okay. Knight of Pentacles in the upright. Yes. Delivering. He's actually delivering money, security, home, finances. Okay. The security of a real relationship. Knight of Pentacles coming in. That's beautiful. Then we have the Ten of Wands in reverse here. So some of you, you're ready to drop this burden. Sometimes you might be thinking, is it really time to drop this burden? The whole twin flame burden. How should I look at this here? Should I just put this down? It's starting to feel like a weight. You know, it's starting to feel like, wow, is this really joyful the way that it should be? Is this really how it should feel? Should I just put this down? It's starting to feel like a burden so much. Should I just drop this, you know? It feels like with that Ten of Wands in reverse, it feels like, you know, you're starting to wonder, should I just be free completely? So some of you are feeling exhausted, like, you know, I don't want any of this commitment. You know, like this is something possibly I don't want anymore at all. So some of the feminine energy, you're going to realize this. Some of you are going to be like, nope, I really see that I don't want any responsibility towards this anymore. It's just time to switch it up. I'm changing my path here. So with this new moon we're having in Aquarius, it's like such an expansive energy, an expansive thought here. So it will be interesting to see, goddesses and masculine, how this plays out for you in the next, let's see, in the next 5-6 days. So in the next few days, a lot of you twins and soulmates, a lot of you goddesses and masculine, you're going to start feeling like it's time to expand and make a choice. You know, and it may be just a choice of, can I stay in this? Can I do this? Or it may be a choice of, this part of our aspects, it has to go. The devil has to go. The world in reverse has to go. The fighting, it has to go. So for some of you, I think that your choices are going to be expanding to another higher consciousness level with actual engagements, proposals, moving in together, possibly. Okay. And some of you, it may evolve to, you know what, let's spend 6 months apart. Let's spend a year apart. You know, I can't even deal with this anymore. You know, that to the walls, and we're like, I don't want any responsibility with this anymore. Okay. All right, let's go further here. I think what I want to do here is ask a specific question next, which is, how will this start to play out for the ones who are coming together or having some kind of union around this new moon time, February 4th, or those of you who are expecting some sort of encounter, you're expecting a phone call. Let's see what the energy is. Let's just go through the cards and see what the energy may look like for you. So for those of you who are waiting and you're expecting something, you know, some contact, maybe to see your twin or soulmate during this new moon energy, The new moon energy is going to last all the way till the full moon. Spirits of love, light, and truth. Spirits of love and romance. Ascendant masters, guides, angels. Please let us know what can these twin flames and soulmates actually expect? What can they look forward to during this time of the new moon in Aquarius? It's coming right up on us. Let's see here. Okay, I'm hearing some of you are going to be forgiving one another during this time coming up, and some of you are going to still be kind of in that toxic energy, okay? On the bottom of the deck, pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. Pay attention to the red flags. So some of you, I know you might not be looking forward to that, right? Free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life. Okay. Wedding. Some of you are getting really serious with that Four of Wands in the upright and that Empress in the upright. This situation involves marriage. So some of you may already be married. There's a lot of people that come to me about twin flame issues and they're married. Okay. Wedding. So some of you are married already. New love. New love. So some of you may have met this person already. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings. So some of you may decide on a new love during this time of this new moon. Unrequited love. So there's not enough chemistry and not enough commitment, not enough attraction to keep this going. It's just not enough. And you really can't blame yourself for that. It's just not enough. Okay, the chemistry is really off. That's why we kept seeing the Temperance in reverse. Okay, let's go forward with another deck with the same questions. Okay, I'm going to do the Lover's deck. This deck is so simple. I just love it. The Lover's deck. Spirits of the guides, goddesses, ancestors, ascended masters of love and romance, archangels of twin flame energy. What can the twin flames and soulmates expect during this new moon energy, this new moon in Aquarius? What can they look forward to with any kind of interaction, communication with their twin flames? What will play out when they do contact one another? Okay. So the one that fell out is self-respect. Self-respect. This is, see how she's journeying by herself, actually. You see that? She's journeying by herself, but she loves herself. Maybe it feels good. You know, all that good self-respect coming up. Maybe she really likes this. She's alone, but she's got wisdom. She's got self-respect and self-love. On the bottom of the deck, we have compatibility. Some of you are going to get along really well. So they may say, you know, this text message is for you, baby. This text message, you know, our encounter can be good. Maybe I'll call you tomorrow. So this is showing that energy of the two becoming one, getting together, being so compatible on one level, at least on one level. Some of you can expect that. Some of you can expect creativity. Creativity. So this is the sacral chakra energy. Okay, it's right above the yoni, right above the genitals. That energy of creativity is like, yeah, passion and creativity together. I've got to put this out in the world. So with this kind of energy, compatibility and creativity, some of you are going to be intimate. Can you imagine? Can you imagine some will be making babies in this new moon? That would be wonderful too, right? Spiritual maturity. Some of you have been on this path for a long time. So some of you who are married, some of you who are having those deep, deep issues for a long time, you're going to gain awareness and wisdom. You see that eye right there on the mountain? Yeah, I feel like you're going to have some kind of come to Jesus moment. between the two of you, some kind of awakening happening. Love. Love. So this is confirmation. This is, to me, self-love. I love this card because it's like she loves herself so much. She's so grounded. She's got love all around her. It's like universal cosmic kind of energy. You see all the planets there. So some of you, this is like the true twin flame soulmate energy. It's like coming together with that deep cosmic kind of love. So it looks like a lot of you have good things to look forward to, right? Looks like some of you do. So I think this is a pretty good place to stop. I think this is a good place to stop. Thank you for listening and tuning in. If you have questions or comments, you can reach me for a private reading in my information below. I also want to let you know that I have a sale going on at www.rootsofearth.net. It's a buy two sale. That's the code, buy two sale. It's buy two products and get one free. I want to thank you for all of your likes, shares, your comments. You know, share the video out if you feel like someone else may really benefit from this. You know, share my videos. I thank you so much. I appreciate you. I'll see you all again soon. Okay? Have a blessed rest of your day. Bye-bye.